Yeah, like I said, I was super exhausted yesterday. I watched this movie around like 9 o'clock p.m. It was a late film. We came around like midnight or like 12:30 or 12ish, around that range. Man, I was really super exhausted. But alas, it was really, really worth it. I mean, if you're a fan of Elvis, like super, super fan, like my best friend is, he is a super fanatic of Elvis supremely. And he is, trust me. And this movie is, I mean, proves that as a drama film, it could do good. But yeah, but yeah, I mean, as a this let me tell you, every movie shows how to portray a film. There were tons of Elvis films, sort of portray Elvis in different ways, different variations. A lot of people say this one does a little bit much more better. Like I can't compare with the other ones because I've not seen the other ones. I only have seen this one to compare with on my own perspective. But if I've seen the other ones, I will have a little bit understanding of the different versions of Elvis Presley, of the movies, of the films. But yes, let's read this synopsis, shall we? From his rise of fame, unprecedented superstardom, rock and roll, iconic Elvis Presley maintains the uh, compli- uh, com- com- complicated relationship with his engagement manager, the Colonel Tom Parker, as played by Tom Hanks. Well, we think about the Colonel Tom Parker is actually a villain in the film played by Tom Hanks. So I mean, in my opinion, he did a pretty good job as the villain. I mean, really well crafted with that one. Over a course of 20 years, certain to Presley's journey and happiness is one of the most influential people in his life of Priscilla, whatever we call it. And this is directed by Buzz Luhrmann. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good cast people, in my opinion. Let's think about the cast, and we'll figure out everything. Austin Butler as Elvis Presley, in my opinion, was a good decision. In my opinion, his face looks kind of like Elvis a little bit, but the portrayal and the movements of Presley was fantastic, phenomenal. The choreography is phenomenal. Dancing is phenomenal, super phenomenal, and they know how to do it really well, and it's just phenomenal. I just gotta say it's well crafted. It's a really freaking good story, and it's a very interesting drama film. Really good drama film, in my own opinion. But Tom Hanks as Tom Parker, that's a villain. I'm very surprised he did a really, really fantastic job with this. Olivia D. Jones plays Priscilla Presley. They might be like, yeah, they are married in the. They are married, so married. So they were married. So yeah, they are married. Whatever that is. Um, she was good, and Ricky Montagiani plays Stephen Binder. Maggie Gyllenhaal, I don't know who she plays as. Let me see this guy. Still All right. Cody Smith, McP, Jimmy Rogers. There's some pretty good actors I really did like. Natasha Bismuth, Dixie Lucky, Luke Bracey. I think Dixie Lucky was actually the another girlfriend of Elvis Presley, I think. Luke Barcy, Jeff Schilling, Elton Manson, Little Richard, Yola, Sister something, Fusion, Scotty, Marie, uh, Xavier, someone plays Scotty Marie, Greg Clark Jr., Arthur Big Boy, David. Hey, this is a lot. Damn, a lot of people in this film. Hey, Richard Presley, that's another Presley, Vernon. Okay, another Presley, Vernon Presley. Cool. I think that might be his brother. I think. Helen Thompson, Gladly Presley, another. I don't remember. Wow. Kevin Harrison Jr., Big BB King, pretty cool. BB King, Kate Maloney. Oh, there were a lot of characters. A lot of characters. Yeah, I mean they do a really good job, really phenomenal job, in my opinion. So, you guys know Elvis's story. Mostly, Elvis's story is like where the Colonel Tom Parker actually first story it actually begins as like, well, a young Elvis actually wanted he liked music a lot when he was a kid. He was inspired by music, interesting themes, dance moves, stuff like that. A lot most when he was younger age. And this movie has a lot of stuff I do appreciate about the Elvis film a lot, in my opinion. And mostly he was young age, and he loved music a lot. And when he got older, Presley was encountered by Colonel Tom Parker. Mostly, he had he wanted to get back to the big old days, whatever that is. So he hired Elvis to do some songs and whatever that is. But the problem was that he had a lot of Colonel Tom Parker. He has a lot of debts, a lot of debts to do. So mostly, only way to settle them is to find someone that is stupid enough to become his whole time forever life trap. So he picked Elvis Presley. He did it. He really didn't care about anybody. Trust me. In my opinion, I felt like the Colonel dude did not care about most anybody else. So that's my guess. But he took advantage of Elvis Presley's singing. Took advantage of his singing. A lot of stuff, in my opinion. He was ruthless. He was abusive. He did a lot of stuff to Elvis Presley, a lot of crazy stuff, pushed him to the limits and stressing his body and pushing. He had to do so much stuff. He was trapped in Vegas. In the one of the biggest hotels, the big hotels in Vegas. And mostly, I think they said he didn't move around in the United States, but he was literally stuck in Vegas most of the period of time. Stuck in Vegas, he couldn't move anywhere. He was trapped. So mostly, he had taken a lot of drugs, a lot of issue problems here and there. He died at the age of 42. That's a young ass age to die. Well, a lot of people say there's some occasions where a lot of people say that he was cheating on his wife. I do see that he was. Why wouldn't you do that? Mostly, a lot of celebrities might still even though in celebrity ages, when you do get married, of course, and become celebrities, you do have fun around, have fun, and stuff like that. But in Elvis' situation, he did it a little bit differently. He kissed people and stuff like that. So whatever the occasions. Mostly, his wife did not care about all that girl stuff. She only cared about stuff that was doing to him, pills and other drugs and things like that. I think the reason why he took some of these things is because he was pressured, a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, a lot of problems. So he had to take some drugs to keep himself moving. Like I said, Elvis Presley is an iconic legend. He's one of the best iconic legends out there. Even Michael Jackson to par. He's one of the both are really one of the legends. Two legends are pretty cool. So, I mean, there's another legend. His name's Stan Lee, but he's a Marvel creator, so that's different. But he's still a legend also. Stan Lee's also a legend, so we got three legends. Elvis, Stan Lee, Michael Jackson. They're all three legends in the universe of the world. But we're talking about Elvis Presley here. A lot of people give this movie an 8 out of 10. In my opinion, this movie does not deserve an 8 out of 10. It does definitely deserve a 10, because the reason why it deserves a 10 is a lot more to it than that, because the acting and the choreography was really done really well. Let alone the actor who played as Elvis, Butler. Wow, he definitely pulled it off as that was really well. The movements and this, damn, it was super cool. And the fact that like I said, I love drama movies, a lot of drama films. And my best friend is the one who actually got me into drama films in the first place. And I definitely do appreciate that for sure. The reason why I like drama films a lot now is because how they can tell a story in the point of view and look into their eyes of that you're actually seeing their pain, much things in the world. That's the main reason why I like drama films, because they're really interesting, really intriguing, and those movies are really fun. Drama movies are really well, if they are done right, it could be really, really good, like Elvis Presley was in this Elvis movie. Like I said, I was like, when I saw the trailer already, I was like, it looks really good. I'm already be on it. When I saw it the first time, it was really good. It told the story the proper way. There are some occasions where there are some stuff that were not there in the film, and people say that a lot of my best friend, there's some my best friends, that there are some stuff that were not in the film. Like how Elvis actually died. They showed a picture of him dying. Now I rather not see him like that in a movie, because I'd rather have a movie talking about his life and how he became Elvis and how he was portrayed. And that's a lot of the stuff. Like mostly the problem was in his lifetime when he was doing his own music and wanted to do his own stuff. He was told by other people that what he cannot play, he can't play what he wanted to play. He can move his styles or groove in his own move, wiggle or jiggle. What he can do any of that stuff, because he had to do some stupid stuff to create the one to do a lot of couple of douchebags in the world. They didn't care about his moves or styles or music because people thought it was horrible or not. I don't know, not intriguing. And those people were the crazy, racist, crazy people in the back in the days. Back in the days, but they still do have in time. And here there are some time in here in real life. It's still racism is still there. But in the film, they also do show John F. Kennedy getting shot, Martin Luther King Jr. getting shot. A lot of actually show him getting shot, but talked about in the film. So there's some occasions where whatever the trailer proceeds to show in the trailers, they do it's in the film. So I'm happy about that, though. You know, there's a lot to this movie that is really interesting. That is really, really well done. It talks about more. They do talk about his drug usage and a lot of stuff he has done in the past, and a lot of pills and it's not. A lot of people, like in his lifetime, he did have a heart attack. It's not because of how he died from a heart attack. Like this things like all he had in the past. He had a lot of different symptoms too, proceeded to his internal death. because he did have a heart attack, but he also had other symptoms, other problems, other diseases, other things that conflicted his death of time. But in the time the movie itself also showed his mom dying as well. Because the reason why she was dead is because that Elvis was actually shipped out in, I think, Navy or something like that. That's my guess. And he was shipped out in Navy for a long time, and she was worrying about his boy. Mom was worried about his boy Elvis so much that she was drinking and worrying and drinking and worrying. And the other people, bad people over there, didn't care about his stuff. So, he was super. No, he couldn't do what he wanted to do in actual music and things he wanted to do, but he was forced. He can go to jail or go to the Navy or some other one of the things. And he picked the Navy. He did that for a long particular time. And, I think when he came back, I think that's when his mom died. I think before that, or I'm not sure, because she was worrying so much, and she died afterwards. And that was pretty sad because losing a mother at that particular time period that you need the most to protect is a pretty hard time. In my opinion, if she was alive, I think Elvis should have been alive too as well. A little bit my own guess, just because of the heartache that Elvis had, losing his mom, also worse, losing his wife afterwards. We can also assume that he did. People did say, in some cases, Elvis did cheat with other people, other, but he was still married. But he still did like his wife a lot and had had a child of their own. But today's day, we know that for a fact that Elvis's wife did die a long time ago afterwards, and also the daughter is still alive today. So I think she's a little bit older now, and kind of surprised, but yes, but still pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, I'd be very surprised one day if we do get to meet her and talk about Elvis and see if she knows a lot more Elvis than I do, and see if she knows a lot Elvisly and how her father was when she was a child. It'd be kind of cool to know from a kid's point of view because she was a little bit there when she was a kid, a long time, but her mom and other different things she was noticing in her childhood. She also noticed Elvis's mom's death too when she was young, I think. And then she noticed that too, or maybe she was asleep back then, I don't even know. But still, this movie was really, really good. I just don't know what to say about it. This movie is really good. It has a lot of interesting stuff. There's some occasions where I get why they didn't want to show the other stuff from Elvis's life because some of the stuff won't be graphic. I rather sorry guys. I'd rather see a film that actually portrays about Elvis's life instead of seeing a person actually dying, showing their suffering of death. That's what I'm not here for. I'd rather see a legend story, and I did get that. I did get a story about a legend, how he became a legend, but in the end, died with all the pain, and suffering, and stress and torture he went through in his life. As an Elvis superstar, rock and roll legend. But the thing is, he could have saved himself from all this pressure if he had left from Star Wars Born. He could probably survive there a little bit, but maybe he would have been trapped again. Who knows? Who knows? But he didn't take it. He went back and he was trapped once more. And Elvis chose to do that decision. I wish he picked the right decision and set himself free from the hell of a past. If he did, he probably would have survived a little bit more, and maybe his marriage should have, maybe would have survived a little bit, but we would have known. But that's just the what if. Who knows if that would have happened? But other than that, Elvis actually is a very well told story. but how Elvis became Elvis and how there's a lot more to it than this. I don't know much about Elvis like my best friend does. He knows a lot more Elvis than I do. But there are some, if there are some, I mean, things I have missed about Elvis that I do not know about, of his past or anything that I don't know about. Tell me know in the comments. Tell me, give me more information about Elvis. I must know because, in my opinion, Elvis to me is a really legend character. I want to know more about him. Actually, tell me more about him. Give me more information. Give me more interesting things about him. Give me his story, your story about Elvis, and how do you know about him, and what you think of this movie. I definitely want to know, and your own opinion, what you think about Elvis' story and how you think about this movie. This hit around 2 hours 39 minutes long. It's almost 3 hours, but close to 3 hours. It was a late film. I had to pick around 9 o'clock. That's the best. Well, not the best showtime in my opinion, but it's a late film. Whatever. It was still fun. I mean, it's been a while since I did a late film for a long time. I mean, is it worth it for a late time? Yeah, it's still fun. Elvis was a really phenomenal film. Really, I know for a fact this movie is supposed to get a lot of nominees, get awards. Think about it this way. I never seen Bohemian Rhapsody. I was in Bohemian Rhapsody is people have seen Elvis already. So people say that Bohemian Rhapsody is a little bit better than Elvis. I have not seen Bohemian Rhapsody just yet. I really want to. I mean, it's a drama movie too, also. So I might also see Bohemian Rhapsody one day, also. I think my friend has Bohemian Rhapsody, so I'll try to watch that too as well. See how I think about the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, and actually watch that too as well. I hope I get to watch it before I go, of course, move. So I'll definitely watch Bohemian Rhapsody as soon as I can. But portraying Elvis, Tom Butler, no, not Tom Butler. I'm gonna say Austin Butler. Wow, I just gotta say, brother, keep up the good work, man. Austin Butler, keep up the good work. Tom Hanks, good job, good job. As a villain, Tom Parker. Oh Lord. Yeah, that guy was pure evil. I like Tom Hanks. He's a really cool character. But as a villain was, he did a pretty good job as the villain. Trust me, Tom Hanks as portraying as a villain. Wow, well done. But the character or the evilness of the old Tom Parker, bro, you are horrible. And plus, another thing about Elvis and this movie is Tom Parker also took like most of his assets, most of it, because think about it, whatever Elvis has made, he was literally broke. But the thing is, he had to play music, the same music over and over again in the same place in Vegas every time. Thing is, Tom Parker always uses it for all the money that Elvis earned for Elvis earned money. He used it for all gambling and things like that. And he had a lot of debts, a lot of problems. Tom Parker. So he was addicted to gambling. So mostly he was, and he used all most of Elvis's earnings for all that. And that's the reason why Elvis was stuck in making. He was literally broke. He didn't have a lot of money because even though he would made a lot of music as a celebrity, you make a lot of music, of course you do. But if someone else, like in your team, like a manager, uses the money the wrong way that you earn, you definitely will be screwed like hell. You will. But Tom Parker did it in a different way where he gambled all of his money that Elvis earned and kind of screwed Elvis's life around a lot. He had a lot of debts, a lot of problems, you know. He had, like I said, no one else was perfect in life. No one's not. Elvis wasn't perfect in his own life. Tom Parker was not perfect in his life. No one is perfect in their lives. People choose to become who they are, and Elvis chose to be Elvis, and that's a good thing. He chose to become Elvis that he loves to be, and that's a good thing. I do appreciate the fact that people were telling Elvis he cannot be what he wanted to do, like move, dance, groove. But he said that I don't like people telling me what to do. He did what he wanted to do in his own life, make his own style of music, and create his own choreography, move his own style, and do all the think. The reason why he was successful is because of his own decisions he made, and moved the style he did, and grooves he did, and stuff like that. But there's some complications to that too as well. Things he do his own decision making, his own things. Sometimes also can be also a problem too and fault. Think about he lost his wife a little bit. So most decisions he made, and he just did a lot of stuff in his own time. He lost his wife, lost his child, but still, and he lost a lot of money for doing all this stuff too. He was trapped in time with the evil manager. He was trapped. So he was trapped in evil time with the evil manager Tom Parker. He was trapped. He couldn't do anything, and there's a lot more to his life. I wish I would want to know about, and I really do. But Elvis Presley is always a legend, and he'll always be a legend to everyone who perceives him as a king of rock. And to me, he is a king of rock. And when I felt bad, when I saw when Michael Jackson died, it hurt me too as well because he was also the king of musicians of awesome movements. Think about it. Michael Jackson is also the slick move type as like Elvis was too as well. They're both legends. They know how to move like a crazy, cool to move sick people, not sick people, but they know how to move really well with cool styles and stuff like that. So Elvis and Michael Jackson, they're kind of similar in a way, but they moved with style. Mm, I'm not sure if they're similar in a way where they had the same drug people, whatever that is, or think about it. I think Elvis and Michael Jackson were killed in different variations. And maybe Michael Jackson was drugged so much, and that's the reason why he died. And Elvis Presley was probably abused so much, all of his, one of his evil managers did all that stuff, and much worse too as well. But still, they're both legends, and they are RMA. Thanks for joining in earlier. Hope you still enjoyed the review. But I mean, yeah, like I said, Elvis. This is a long review of Elvis. I've never done a long portrayal of Elvis before, talking about his how he felt about. See, as a reason why I wanted to take some time from yesterday because to think about what I'm gonna say about this film because I was super exhausted. Once again, I was super exhausted. I came to the film around like 9 o'clock. It was sort of like I picked the 9 showing around like 12 midnight or aroundish. I was super exhausted, so I could not do the review. But the reason why I wanted to do it in the morning is because I wanted to dwell upon this the movie, and talk about more about his thing, how I felt about it. And in my opinion, it's a musical drama. And like I said, musical drama, it's really interesting if you think about it. It's a drama film. It's once again, I love drama films, so yes. So, what did I think about Elvis in my own perspective of rating wise? Rating wise, it's definitely a 10. If you're a fan of Elvis, I am now. I mean, the music is really good. I was focused on the music. I was listening to a story, interesting, intrigued about the film a lot. It was really well done, and was actually in their story. And but if you think about it, Tom Butler is actually telling Elvis' story. But like I said, Tom Butler can Tom Butler, my bad. Tom Parker, sorry. Tom Parker was obviously also could influence people too. He is an evil mastermind. People say he died by, Elvis died by pills and other things and stress. But he said that he died by love. No, you can't die by love because that's not a surprise. No one can die by love. No one can. Love is love when you are together. You can't die by love. That's literally impossible. But I think he died of abuse, pills, stress, and a lot more things involved in his life. Even all the disease he had, a lot of stuff that happened to his life that caused him to have a heart attack, caused him to have a lot of stress. He was pushed to his limits. He was super stressed, and I can see it when he was doing concerts every day, non-stop resting. He couldn't have any rest. Elvis did music every time, every day. I think every day, every time. That's my guess. He was stressed and super exhausted. He couldn't like move, or he was super super tired. Age of 42, he was doing all of this stuff until the age of 42. Young age to die, brother. Seriously, it is. It just is. Age of 42 is pushing to a limit. Usually people live around, even men, live around pretty older age, around 60 or older, depending on their health is. But in Elvis' different perspective, he died at a young age with all the abuse in his life of his story of Elvis and pills and much more body problems and anything else that caused him to die at a young age. But in my own opinion, I just believe that Elvis in this story alone was really well writ, well taught, and showing how Elvis was Elvis as a legend, and showing his faults, and showing the stuff he has done, and show that the villain Tom Parker was an evil betrayer of how Elvis. I mean, yeah, Elvis actually known that he was a snake afterwards, like a big douchebag. But Tom Parker was a pure evil person. Literally took advantage of Elvis's money and everything else, his assets and everything like that. But yes, other than that, like this is the I'm talking so much about this film. I don't know. It's kind of cool. But I mean, you do will talk about this film a lot. It is definitely worth talking about in my own opinions. I mean, Elvis lost his mom at a time. That's not right, but she did drink a lot though. There's a reason to that. She did a lot of drinking because the mother literally missed his son for a long period of time. You know, after then, Elvis lost most of his life after his mom died. It got worse. Like I said, it got worse afterwards. After his mom died, it got worse and worse for his life, and much more stress. So I mean, Elvis is a legend and always will be a legend. And he's a king of rock. You know what I mean? He is a pretty cool guy. I mean, he is a pretty awesome dude. I wish I could have met him in the time that I was born, but I was born in 1993, of course. But I think they said that he died in 1997, around that range. He died around that range of 1997. I don't know when he died. Let me check because I kind of forgot when he died. I'm gonna check when he died. Though. Hold on. Okay, they said that he died in August death year 1997. He died in 1997. I was born in 1993. So yeah, he died after way after I was born. So it makes sense. That sucks. So he was a legend earlier times. All right. So he died in August 1997. So my best friends was actually born around the 19 era, but they were there when Elvis's, you know, I think they were there when Elvis was a lot of stuff. I think in that time period, I think that's when they noticed about Elvis' story. I think they were there in that time, but I wasn't there at that time. I was born in 1993, but I think my best friend was born in 1983. But yeah, he was there. But I can't tell you more about my friend because it's personal. But yeah, me and my best friend was born in 1993. But my best friend's mother, she was actually born in a different time period with Elvis, I guess. Noticed his future, noticed his past. It's my guess. I don't really don't know about it. But I know for a fact that she said that she was there when most of this stuff happened. Makes sense. But yeah, second. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to think about something here for a minute. All right, sorry about that. I was just in the mood of thinking. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Elvis in the story is a pretty legend mix. He's a very interesting, wise character. Like, yeah, I mean, there's only two other interesting characters out there. Tom, there's only two people, I think, literally main in the film. That literally Tom Hanks and Austin Butler. There's literally about both their stories. Austin Butler and I think they're the two main characters of this film alone because it's literally Elvis' story. But Tom Hanks and Austin Butler. Tom Hanks plays as Tom. What's his name? Tom Parker, and Austin Butler plays as Elvis. So mostly they're the only two main characters of this film, I guess. That will tell the story. Who cares? Whatever. And then story. Not that. But I liked it a lot, lot. My own opinion. This movie should be definitely be recognized with a lot of people. Definitely should be recognized around the world. It's a really interesting, really phenomenal movie, and I hope this movie gets a lot of awards, a lot of Academy Awards, and a lot of interesting stuff because it does deserve it. It has a really lot good. It has a lot of good stuff in the film that definitely deserves the good movie it does. I mean, before I go, I'm gonna show you guys something here. Give me 1 minute. Oh, sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Before I show you that, guys, look at this. This is the Elvis shirt my best friend gave me. I do have other Elvis shirts as well. So this is an Elvis shirt. I do have other ones. So this is an Elvis shirt. You guys like I have a lot more. And this is what you get if you go see a movie of Elvis Presley. It's pretty cool, right? But this is actually for early access people, so I got lucky getting a poster, and my best friend has his poster as well of Elvis Presley. So this is pretty cool. I like the poster a lot. It's very unique. I do like it. Like the classic Elvis is here, the rock and roll guys in the middle, and the classic, and then the classic on the center. So yeah. You see the darkness afterwards. Some path. Think about it. 3 different variations of Elvis in the world. Interesting. Like it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. And plus, there's nothing behind the poster. It's all white. But that's my show. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of Elvis Presley. And I gotta say, it is what I gave it. I kind of forgot. I was talking a long time about this movie. Definitely a no, not 9. Sorry, not 9. Hard to say. A 10. Definitely a 10. If you're a fan of Elvis, well, I'm not a fan of Elvis, but how I enjoyed this film, how I was intrigued about this film, how I was intrigued and interested and let me focus on the movie, not getting bored of a film, makes me think how this movie was really interesting. And that's the reason why I'm giving a 10 out of 10. I mean, a lot of people say it could have been much worse. No, it can't be. If you're not a fan of Elvis, you don't even know what a shitty movie is, in my own opinion. If you don't want to know what a shitty movie is, watch some shitty movies like this is another garbage that I've seen before. No, those shit movies. This movie's an ancient. This movie is really, really fantastic. In my own opinion. It's my own opinion. You can't take my opinion away. It's my opinion. So, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 of Elvis film for 2022. That's the reason why it took me a while to make the review, because I was super tired, exhausted from yesterday watching this film. So, my impression of this film is definitely a 10 out of 10. Really well done. There's a lot more to it than this for Elvis' story. I think it's a lot more articles about his life. Tons of articles you guys can read upon. I don't know much about his life as like my best friend does, but there's tons of articles out there will tell you about Elvis' story in much more depth to his story. I don't know. I only know a little bit of his story, but hello, not too much. So I only know a little bit, but not as much. Once again, I don't know a lot of Elvis, but I did enjoy this film really a lot. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. This is not about Elvis. What's it about? What's up? Yeah, I'm still on. I was about to leave anyway, but what's up? You still there? What's up, my friend? Hello? Are you still there, my friend? What's up? Still waiting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, or something. She was trying to answer someone. I don't know who the person is. Kia, something. I'm still waiting for an answer. We'll see, depending on how long she's gonna take, though. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave very soon. If she doesn't answer soon, I'm definitely gonna leave. I know, but I mean, yeah. Usually, when people do stay on the live, I do like it, but it depends how long they're gonna take to answer the questions they're gonna answer. I mean, yeah. So tell me about Elvis, guys. What do you guys think about Elvis, and what do you think about his story? And I don't know much about Elvis as much as my best friend does. So I wanted. There's tons of articles out there about talking about Elvis and the story, a lot more than I can. But it's still good. I still gotta wait for what she's saying. I don't know. If she doesn't answer soon, it's gonna be a really long video. I don't know what else to talk about because it sounds. How did he die? I mean, that I don't know much about. I only know a little bit of his life, like I said once more. But I know a little bit of fact that he took some pills and he was a drug addict for sure. He took a lot of pills and he was a drug addict and he had a lot of disease in his body, a lot of problems in his health. I assume a lot of health and a lot of health issues, and he was a drug addict and he had a lot more. People say he died from a heart attack. People say he died from pills. People say he died from a lot of health issues, health problems. A lot more to it than that. You know, he died. He also like lost his love of his life. You know, he was stressed. Think about more. A lot of stress to his body too as well. So he was stressed and abused by his manager a lot. With a lot of stress, he was trapped in his life. He couldn't go anywhere. Somewhere he was stuck in Vegas, like I said once before in the video, and he was superly exhausted. He was super tired. They did show in the ending of the film a little bit where about his different his face is a little bit bigger, much more bulgier, plumpier, whatever that is. I think that was his last music. I think before he died. I'm not really sure, but he did die. Did August that date 1977. That's when he died, though. That's what his actual death was. But 1 second. What's in here? Okay, he was born in January 8th, 1935. and he was in Tupelo, Mississippi, USA. And died on August 16th, 1977. In Mississippi, Tennessee, American popular singer widely known as the King of Rock and Roll and the rock music department of performers of mid 1950s and around that range. So, so he was died way before I was born, so that's kind of sucks. But he was still a legend. I think one of my, like I said, my friends were born around that range. But yeah, I mean, like I said, that's how he died. Probably a lot more stress issues, and a lot of abusiveness, and a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, also showed his little bit his plumpiness of his face on the last scene alone, because he is a little bit plumpy, a little bit bulgy and stuff like that. He also did he did music around that. I think that was his last music he kind of did. He was super tired. Like he was super tired. He couldn't move. Like I said, with all the drugs and a lot of stuff he's been taking, he couldn't move. So mostly he was super exhausted. He had to do a music, and I think he put all his music and his sound in one go. And that one, I think he was super tired afterwards. I'm not sure he died that day, or I'm not sure when he died, but he died around a certain time period, around August 16th, 1977. I'm not sure what actually killed him. I think they say they killed him by a heart attack or other stuff, other things that happened to his body and health and pills and stuff that really happened. But yeah, other than that, there's a lot more to Elvis' story. Oh, I already did that review on. It's already there in my video, so you can watch that there. It's in my channel, so it's already posted in there, so you can actually watch it. Thanks for supporting my channel, by the way. You can also subscribe. You can also subscribe to my channel. Hope you enjoyed the video on that one. So it's already there. Oh, no worries. Thank you for joining on that one. Sure, it's in there. It's in the video. It's called Light Year. I also did a video upon the controversy with the Kiss controversy. That I did the video on that as well. That's there, and also Light Year video is there too as well. This is the Elvis review. So yeah. So in conclusion, that's a long video I made, around 47 minutes 29. That's kind of, I never think I was going to do this long video. Of course, thank God I took so much from yesterday, man. If I did not, I would have been super tired, but I think I did. So in conclusion, so if you've seen Elvis, what'd you think about it? Would you give it a 9? Would you give it a 10? Or for me, I'm giving it a 10 because I've seen it. I really enjoyed it. So, what would you give it? Have you seen the movie yet? Listen, guys. Oh, you saw it. Really good. Doing my Elvis review now. So yeah, I did. Yeah, my friend, he sent me some articles about Elvis too. The night Elvis fired a cold All right, cool. That's a video. I mean, I'm not watching the video right now. I mean, depending how long it is. Let me see how long. I'm not gonna play it though, but I'm just gonna check something. Hold on. I'm gonna see how long it is first. Huh? I mean, if I known right about it, I probably would have figured it out and watched it then. But let me see. It's 12 minutes long. I'll probably watch it later. It's a pretty long film, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, I definitely will give it a 10 for sure. It is a masterpiece. I really enjoyed it. I've not seen Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm also gonna see Bohemian Rhapsody as well. I've seen a lot of dumb movies lately, and they're really good. But compared to Elvis the movie, I mean, it's really fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It is a really interesting film. If you're a fan of Elvis, definitely go see it, guys. I'm actually putting this review so far to a limit. I'm kind of tired already. But yes, like the final part of my final thought of this film, a 10. Definitely enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video of a long, almost 15 minute video about Elvis Presley. My thoughts on Elvis's point of view, and we also know the fact that before I go, that's the night. We also know that Elvis did try to fire Cole Parker or Tom Butler or Tom Parker, whatever you call his name. He also did try to fire the night he fired Tom Parker or Cole Parker. What do you think about it? He was the one. Elvis was trying to fire him. I think he did get fired. I'm not sure that actually happened, but he was trying to fire him too. Elvis was trying to fire the bad manager, and man, he was really abusive, really crazy shit. He was a pure evil man. I hope he rots dead. He's already dead anyways. It don't matter, but he still was horrible to Elvis, for sure. Yes. I'm definitely gonna give this a 10, guys. Definitely worth. Give me one second, right back. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Right back. Sorry about that. I just had to do something important there for a minute. So my parents were asking what to eat. Sorry about that. I was just saying, kind of forgot. Oh yeah. Yes. In conclusion, this movie was a 10. I mean, oh, what the 10? Like he's already dead anyway. So hope he just dies and rots and the person he is. And he was a very horrible person to Elvis for sure. He really was. And there's a lot more to Elvis' story than this that I don't know of. But in the other hand, Elvis was a good man. In oh jeez, well, a good man, but that's some occasions where he did some things in his life where it's not that good. But he still was a good man with music and style and grooviness and interesting salvation. He was one of the legends, a rock and roll man of all time. And he's still a legend today, still rock and roll legend. I did find out that rumors that there's a new album released for Elvis Presley, new album I think, with all the music together, with all his classical music. I guess I'm not fully sure. My best friend's mom told me that there is a Elvis new release of a Elvis album that just came out recently, with all classical music bundled together. I don't know what the name is called, but I just know that it's just a new Elvis release, new album for Elvis. As all I know of, I'm not sure. Let me see what the new Elvis album is called. So, if you want to get it, you can get it for yourself. So I'm gonna check it. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. My internet's pretty bad. I mean, I probably like Hound Dog. Hound Dog is really good. I like Hound Dog a lot. That's a really good music. Mostly, I like all of his music in general. You can't just pick one. Mostly, I do like Hound Dog. Hound Dog is really good. I do like all of his music in general. All of his music in general is really really good. I do like Hound Dog, but I like all his music he has done. It's really really well done. My own opinion. He has done a lot. He had tons of music. He has done tons of music. So let me see the new album. What's it called though? I don't know what's it called. Ugh. What's the last song? The last song was way down. Way down is the last music he did. I think that's one before his death. So cool, interesting. Oh, sorry about that. What was Elvis's last song? The Way Down is a song recorded by Elvis Presley, recorded in October 1976. It was the last single released before his death on August 16th, 1977. Interesting. I didn't know about that, but it's just kind of fun. What is the last and what's the new album? New album. I don't know where that is though. Oh my god, what's it called? Oh, okay, I think that's what it is. That's what it is. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I think this is what it is. Oh, this is the new release, I think. A newest Elvis Presley album. I think I know the name. It's called "Like the Black Tornado." I think that is the new release. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's. Oh wait, what does it come with? That's a CD deluxe. I think it comes with all his music. I think I'm really not sure, but I think that's my fully guess. But hold on. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I don't see much in here, but I mean, I think it's whatever it's there. I think some disc stuff. I don't know, but I think it's called the newest album. It's in 2022. I think it's called "Like a Black Tornado." That's my full guess on it. But I think that's the newest one. I think that's the newest one. That's my fully guess. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I think that's the only. That's what it is. I mean, mostly I like all Elvis's songs, but my favorite one is the Hound Dog. The Hound Dog is a really good one. Let's see, I can do a little bit of Hound Dog a little bit. Oh, those. Takes only 2 minutes long. Look how crazy, eh? A bit hurries up. Sorry about that. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. You know they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine. Yeah, I mean, this is a taste of the Elvis song. I mean, I heard a Hound Dog well when I was a kid, so I mean, that's the only song I have heard. But like afterwards, I've listened to other songs afterwards, most of the songs. So this is the Elvis thing I did. I mean, that's my one I did like. But afterwards, listened to all of his music. I did listen to. They're really good. But other than that, Hound Dog is still my favorite one. I really love Hound Dog. It's really good music, little oomph and everything. That's my favorite one. But I do like the other musics too that Elvis made. there's a lot of really good ones as well. But other than that, it's a long video already, almost 60 minutes long. So, kind of weird that I could not actually believe that it's a pretty long video. Alright, it's time to head out. So, like I mentioned earlier, this movie is definitely a 10 out of 10. I know you one my person who's doing watching the video right now, she gave it a 10 out of 10. So, yeah, I mean, that's the good, like I said earlier, that's my music I did like. I do like the other ones as well. I hope we can do more videos upon that. But as of right now, I am going to say this movie was a hit for me. Really enjoyed it, really loved it, and it was a really fun experience. So, as I mentioned today, it was a really fun, phenomenal movie. I hope you guys enjoyed the video review of a long video of Elvis's story that I have a little bit betrayed of his story and more to it than that. So I hope you enjoyed this experience with me today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video I have made for you guys today. And thanks for watching this exciting video of Elvis review that I have made today. And thanks, and have a great weekend as always. Now you guys also gonna watch the new Black. Before I go, I'm also doing a review for Black Phone tonight. Hope you guys come for the review for that tonight as well. Black Phone. I'll definitely do a review today as well after I'm done. I think it's around 6:40. Be watching the film. I should be coming home a little bit later. I'm not sure how long it is, but I'll definitely do a review on Black Phone tonight as well. You guys stay tuned for that review. And yes, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a safe day, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.